I happened to start my initiation to Indian life in Ahmedabad. In the 1960s, it was very much a Jain, Shvetambara Jain's town. Jainism was very much alive, with monks coming, nuns coming every morning on my street. You could see them going. So Jainism was everywhere available, visible, and mattered. And without understanding a bit about Jainism, you would have been lost in town. This is the art and religion in India, 2,500 years Jainism. And here's another black and white photograph of the Acharya massaging Vidyasagar, his guru. And here's a very beautiful photo of how the old gentleman is getting water to drink, the final water. And here he's standing for getting his food. I'd forgotten that this is in here. Is part 1, part 2 on Jaina iconography. Here we have him again with black and white photographs, which we didn't find up till now. Here he walks in town to go for begging for food.
This was also in Pratapgarh?
That is the same, yes. Not Pratapgarh itself, it was in a town nearby Pratapgarh. It was on the first tour with Jitendra Jain that we went from Ahmedabad basically to Pratapgarh. And shortly before we came to Pratapgarh, I think we were in Mandsaur, which is very nearby too. We heard of an important young Muni staying in a compound of a Jain rich family or of the community, I don't remember. And he would be there with a very important old guru.
और शोर में हमारी बात कौन सुनने वाला? आज भगवान तो आप लोगों के यहाँ है, गोद में, झूले में, पालने में, अभी भी पालना हिलाते हुए आपको आनंद आ रहा है, लेकिन मोर की ये पालना है। अब आपको ऐसे ही अपने आप ही अदृश्य होकर के रहने का सौभाग्य प्राप्त होने वाला है।
And we just stand. We did not photograph. No? We just stood there, and we tried to be there and not be too much visible. Basically, I would say I never made an interview with him. I don't think he liked to speak, but he felt at ease in my presence. It was winter, and I wanted to know how does he really, in this ice-cold weather, nakedly spend the night. And then he took us to the chamber which he had, which very simple, just a tiny little bit of straw and a wooden plank, and there he lay down. I could not believe it, so to speak. And then he said he has meditation possibilities to warm up himself. And then he demonstrated that. And then I asked whether I could photograph it. And then he said, yes, please do. And I felt much drawn to him because I was told that he's exactly the same age as I am. And I had just married and started a career as a young museum director. And he had withdrawn from all that and cultivated his inner self. I found this very fascinating, I must say. And he must have realized that there was some kind of, you know, I felt connected with, it's possibly too much, but I was impressed for sure. And there was some kind of harmony between us, which I just enjoyed, and he possibly too, who knows. Did he remember that? Did he ever remember me? No, I'm sure not.
He did. He remembered the moments of the photographs.
Ah, was?
जिस समय आप लोग आए थे उस समय उसका उनका काल चल रहा था। इस शरीर के माध्यम से साधना की जाती है। आत्म तत्व का जिसके ऊपर सिद्धांत किया है, किंतु शरीर जब क्षीण हो जाता है उसके माध्यम से धर्म साधन नहीं होता है। उस समय इस शरीर को छोड़ दिया जाता है, इसलिए वहाँ पर उनके पास रहता था। बाकी यह 50 वर्ष हो गए।
We are getting very old these days, and we can't become a burden to society in general. And if we need too much help just to live longer, that can't be our aim. But the Jain, it is a very nice thing to have a ritualistic way and to know this is this and this and this and this is then the end of it. I like this. I don't propagate it, but for myself I see it as a strong possibility, yes. I am built up from atoms. I have no soul, but to die in a way which is a good end, that I like in that system.